Outlet Liquor is your place to buy a case. Stock up and save when you shop the lowest prices available every day at Outlet Liquor. You never have to wait for a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Only at Outlet Liquor.
What's your outlet?
Folks, welcome into Degenerate Danger Zone. I'm your host, Ty B. It is May 24th, and it is time to get some free money. We got Slick Al joining me and the birthday boy himself, some guy named Steve. Stevie, I'm going to toss it to you to get it started here first. On your birthday, we need some of that luck. You've been absolutely on fire with these quick baseball picks. Let's keep it going today.
So I got two quick baseball picks today. First one, we're going with the Orioles minus 110 against the Twins. Very simple here. It's John Means Day. 4-0 on the year, 1.75 ERA, like a .8 whip. John Means has been carrying me all year. Just, you get good value because the Orioles, everyone thinks they're a bad team. John Means an ace. Take them. Next game, Padres, Brewers, under 7. 7's low. It's gross, I know. But we got Blake Snell versus Brandon Woodruff. The under. Brandon Woodruff, one of the best pitchers in baseball no one talks about. He's got like around a 1.70 ERA, a .74 whip. He's been electric. And then the Padres, they've been on fire. Won 9 straight, but the big thing is pitching. They've allowed 18 runs in those 9 games. That's 2 runs a game to their opponents. Brewers aren't even a good hitting team to begin with. And they got their ace on the mound. I love the under 7 in that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Great play there, Steve. Padres absolutely on fire. You're right. Probably the hottest team in baseball right now. We got a couple teams surging right now. So make sure you guys are staying close attention to those teams because there's some free money still to be had. Not every team is, minus 240, minus 300 like the Yankees when they have Garrett Cole. So that's why we got some guy named Steve here to bring you that value. But let's look here at the NBA. Kind of a weird night. Only 2 games here. You got the Heat and Bucks. That game went into an overtime, a big performance of Middleton, and they're able to get that win, but not cover the spread there. Absolute great play by Meerkat, calling the Bucks a fraud yet again. But will they be able to figure things out again tonight? And then you got the Trailblazers and Meerkats Nuggets. That one, again, another very close series. Nuggets, not a very good second half last week or last game the other day. How do you see these ones playing out, Slick?
The Heat-Bucks matchup I like. I think that could be a difference maker tonight. I think the Heat could turn it around and have a better game than they did last turnout. The spread's been shifting a little bit, which initially forces me to stay away. I think it was 5. It's going 4.5, 4. I don't think I'm going to take that spread tonight, though. I like the Trailblazers to beat the Nuggets again. I'm going to be honest. I think they're a better team right now. I think the Nuggets rely too heavily on Jokic, as we saw last game. The Trailblazers kind of did a defensive method where it was like, we want you to score. You can go get your own. You can go get your points, see what everyone else can do, see what these new additions that you traded for can do. Ultimately, it wasn't enough. I like Trailblazers money line at plus 107. And if I had to pick for the early game, I'd say Bucks, but I wouldn't take their spread. So,
yeah. I think in that Nuggets series, like you said, that you're going to need contributions from some of these other names with Jamal Murray out. Michael Porter Jr.
MPJ,
very good game, but you need more out of someone like Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, absolutely.
He needs to be giving you 15 to 25 points on a nightly basis if you're to win. And I think Jokic has to step up a little bit more into that playmaker role and not just worry about scoring. He's got to get these other guys involved a little bit more. Sometimes you have to give up decent looks to give guys better looks that get them into the game, get their scoring going. If he can do that, they should be able to win this game. But I like that Heat spread. It's still at 5 at the Creek, Slick. So at 5, I'm definitely going to take it. I think they're going to continue to scrap and make that one a close series. Steve, what are you looking at in the NBA?
Yeah, you can never go wrong with the Heat as underdogs. They're always a good team where you get points. But I kind of like the Nuggets to bounce back tonight. There's a couple of reasons. The first thing is the Blazers were 19 of 40 from 3 in Game 1. They were shooting lights out, and that's what they do. They live and die by the 3. But Michael Jordan, he played a good game, but he was 1 of 10 for 3 from the Nuggets, and he's really become their secondary scoring option ever since Jamal Murray got hurt. And he's a guy I really think could almost take over the series because he has that type of potential. He's a mismatch to guard, 6'10", can shoot from the outside. and the line is -2. It was -1, -1.5 game one, and we watched the Nuggets lose. Now they're, the points are even, you got to lay a little bit more. It's kind of a weird line for me. Almost kind of feels like a trap where you see Trailblazers +2 or as dogs. You're like, hey, they look great game one. I want to take them. I'm just going to take the Nuggets. I think they have to even up this series at home. I think Jokic is just going to have a monster game, and the role players, they will have their role. The Nuggets play about 4 guys off the bench, 20 minutes each. Michael Porter has stepped up really big since Murray's been out, and I really think the Nuggets can even up this series.
You're mute.
Ty B, you're muted.
Should at least be a close game in this one tonight. That's why I think if you move these spreads around, give yourself a couple extra points. I think it's great to parlay something like Heat 9.5, Nuggets, and then you could get it to close to 6.5, and you're still at even money. So I think a play like very smart and something like this in the playoffs between two very, very evenly matched series. Go with who you think is going to win. Get yourself some extra points, and I think you should probably be okay in this one as long as these teams play similar to how they did in the other games, which were very close matchups for the most part. So we got 5 games here, though, in the NHL to make up for the shortage here. From the NBA, we got Robbie chiming in here. Do you think Edmonton is eliminated tonight?
Yes, absolutely. Did you see their defensive breakdown in that game the other night? It's Winnipeg at home again. After that performance I saw, I just can't see the Oilers pulling this one off tonight. What do you think, Steve?
I mean, that's just a demoralizing loss, right? You have a 3-goal lead, you're up 4-1 halfway through the third period, and next thing you know, you're going to overtime. And the goals Winnipeg had, the third goal and the fourth goal to tie it, were just incredible plays. They were incredible shots. Hard to stop that. But Edmonton looked lost in overtime. They looked dead. Winnipeg was attacking the whole way. I think Edmonton maybe had 1 or 2 good scoring chances. But it just feels like
around them.
It feels like at this point, Edmonton, they just kind of ran out of gas. And when you have a loss like that and you're going right back into that hostile environment, Winnipeg is the home team. They have the momentum. And Edmonton, I mean, how do you come back from blowing a 4-1 lead with 10 minutes to go? It's very hard to do, especially in playoff hockey where it's as intense as, in my opinion, I think it's the most intense of all the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's going to be something huge to overcome, and you saw McDavid overcome with frustration there at the end. It'll be interesting to see how they bounce back. I'm probably going to stay away from this game for that reason because it is still the best player in all of hockey. Like, maybe he does some Connor McJesus stuff tonight, and I don't want to be on the other end of that and be even more upset that we didn't get McDavid. That's a whole other story.
Yeah, don't tell me about it.
Here, guys. Islanders, Penguins, that series tied up at 2, so game 5 there. Maple Leafs, Canadiens, game 3. Maple Leafs got a big win bouncing back in game 2. Then you got Lightning, Panthers. Lightning looking to close this one out in a gentleman's sweep, and a ton of real bad juju in that one between those teams. They do not like each other right now. You even get the coaches calling out the officials and whatnot, and the post-game news conferences. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in that one. And then the same thing here, Vegas with an opportunity to send the Wild home. Stevie, what are your other best bets here in the NHL?
I'm kind of looking at the Tampa Bay Lightning. I've watched every game in that series, and their offense it's just overwhelming. And Florida's a great team, but Tampa Bay, they got, I believe it's 19 goals in 4 games. It's just a relentless attack. They feel like, the Eastern Colorado Avalanche to me, especially now that they're playing with that extra $16 million. You got Kucherov, who's healthy again. And Tampa Bay's offense, it's just even. Is he hurt again?
Yeah, he got slashed.
I wasn't sure if he was playing.
I don't know if he's hurt. I don't see anything.
I feel like he's still playing. I haven't seen anything that he's not.
Yeah, he might still be playing. He's playing. He'll probably play through it, more likely.
But, I mean, you're getting the Lightning at -115. I know it's on the road, but both games against Florida on the road, they were good games. I kind of like Tampa to just kind of end the series here. I just think they're too talented for Florida, who is a great team, just they ran into a buzzsaw.
No, absolutely. And Slick, what else are you looking at here across the board in the NHL?
Yeah, Steve, you made a great point. That's been a great series to watch, that battle down in Florida. But speaking of series being ended tonight, I like the train wreck Golden Knights puck line at plus 148. They've covered the puck line the past 3 games. It looked like the Wild had their number for a minute there, and then they just came back and dominated, and they're back in Vegas tonight. I don't see any scenario where they lose this game, and I am confident in that minus 1.5 puck line, Tybee.
Yeah, I like that play there. That's honestly a really great play. I'm looking at parlay probably with the Maple Leafs here. I think the Maple Leafs, a very good team on the road in the division, and honestly, like the Canadians sort of struggled at home. I think they were right around 500 at home, like no fans still. I think the Leafs are really going to come out buzzing. You saw them when they get up and down the ice and the opportunities they create. It's going to be very tough for Carey Price to stand on his head the entire time. So I'm going with the Leafs and the Golden Knights. And
Now, Ty, I got a quick question for you. You know who you're going against, right, with the Leafs?
the
Darts on the Canadians. Was it 9-12?
Fading the dart.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I mean, I just don't believe in the Canadians right now as a team in general. I don't think they're like a real contender. I don't really think they were last year. I think they're playing a little bit above their actual sort of skill level, their ceiling.
Right.
And the Maple Leafs are just scratching that surface. They haven't won a playoff series in quite some time, and I don't think they're going to end up choking again this year while there's no fans in the barn. And if they do, I feel bad for Steve Dangle and the rest of those Leafs fans because it's at least something. We still have a feather in the cap that we've won a playoff series more recently than the Toronto Maple Leafs. But we'll see how that plays off. Lots of series could end tonight, but I like this Islanders-Penguins matchup as well.
Yeah.
Islanders have been playing very, very good hockey and scratching and clawing and getting goals and shutting down Penguins' opportunities. You've seen, Malkin kind of in and out of the series, and Crosby's been getting pushed around. He's complaining like a little baby.
What's new?
I'm going with the Islanders here, plus 114 money line. Give it to me all day long. I think they get it done for Catsy. But Slick, Steve, anything else you're looking at here tonight?
I was just going to say it's worth mentioning with you taking the Maple Leafs, fading the dart, that the dart has been on a hot streak lately. So that may be due to change. So maybe Ty B is a prediction of the dart's future. We'll see.
Yeah.
Steve, what do you got?
You never know the dart.
Yeah.
The only thing we touched on earlier, I just like Winnipeg to end the series tonight. I really do. That's one of my favorite plays of the night. I watched Edmonton, and this might be me being a little sour. I had Edmonton last leg of a parlay last night. Actually had Dunny text me because he had it as well. He goes, "Hey, Steve, great job with these hockey picks." And he sent me the ticket, and the last leg was Edmonton. He sent it at 4-1. 5 minutes later, I text him. I go, "Don't look at the store."
Oh, man.
Brutal.
Still just such a bad blow up, and in the playoffs, like, to overcome that now, to go down 3-0 in the series I just can't see it. I feel like Connor McDavid is Sisyphus trying to push the rock up the cliff or the mountain. It's never going to happen. Like, good luck, buddy. You're never going to win there in Edmonton. Maybe they'll trade Connor McDavid for Jack Eichel.
I wish.
Never say never.
Exactly. Got to have some positive thinking here. So shout out to Steve joining us on his birthday. Hopefully he stays hot. Everyone wish him a happy birthday. It's always very happy to join us here to give you some free money. So shout out to Steve yet again, and Slick Al again for joining me. So for the three of us, make sure you get out there, go hammer your books, go call in your bets, go get down to the creek, do whatever you got to do. Go get that free money. Good night now.